Hi, we want to show you guys how we drain our little chicken. Her name is Kosmo. She has Ascites, and which means that her body isn't working properly, so fluid is gathering in her belly. And we've been draining her for about a year. The times get closer and closer together, the more serious her condition gets. So we know we don't have forever with her. We're just trying to make the time that we do have with her a little more comfortable for her. So there's things that we use. We happen to use this. It's a 30 cc, 30 millimeter syringe. We tried the 60, but it's just really hard to pull, so it's easier with the 30. And then we use a needle that twists on and off. This is the needle we use. It's a 20 gauge half-inch needle. Some people prefer to use a little bit thicker needle. 18 or 16 makes a bigger hole, and it drains a little bit afterwards. They prefer that. And that's basically all that we're going to use. To prepare it, what we do is, I've already done the needle. It's a new with alcohol, but I always spray everything with oxine and water just to make sure. And then we get her ready. Now, the spot that you want to pick, and hold her like a football. Yep. Okay, so we have her, and you can see her vent is right here. Right here's her vent, and you want to go down a little bit below. So we find it like, and you kind of just have to trust where you are, but you're going to feel for spots that you feel a lot of balloon-like stuff, you know, like a lot of poofy in there. And so we take and we put. Sometimes if you get her furry or her feathers all wet, it's a little bit better. So then we take this. We're going to take the needle. We're just going to stick it in her. See, she didn't even feel it, and then we're going to slowly pull. And you can see we're pulling fluid from her. And I stop, you know, every once in a while, and I pull a little more fluid.
And you can see it really doesn't seem to bother her.
She feels like a lot of relief when it's over with. So that's basically 30 cc's. I'm going to keep doing it, but what I do is I empty it, and you see I just twisted the needle off. You can see it drips still. So I put a little napkin there so Frank doesn't get all dirty. Then we take this, and I'm going to just empty this in the sink. And then Frank's going to open me back up. I'm going to twist the needle back on, and I'm going to continue to pull. And I pull until until it starts to get super duper hard. And so right now it's not hard. I don't know where the bubbles are. Usually we don't get a whole lot of bubbles, but probably like some air in there too, I guess, maybe. I don't know. So I'm going to empty this air out, let her drink. I think she may have got air. Every time it's a little bit different. Like a couple weeks ago, we pulled 150 cc's from this itty bitty chicken. And so still pulling pretty easy, but like I said, I try to stop every once in a while. So I stop, take a breath, and then just to pull again. When we were using the 60 gauge needle, 60 gauge syringe, I guess the air suction is really hard, and it was very, very difficult to pull. People use those catheter needles sometimes. They'll use those. These needles and syringes are really readily available at the feed stores, places like that. So that's another 30. Oh, I just pulled the needle out accidentally. How is she feeling? little
She's
more?
still a little, yeah, she's still
Okay.
kind of tight.
We'll go ahead and see if, we usually don't like to poke her a whole bunch of times, but since she's still a little bit
Like, see,
tight.
like right here, she's, feel that?
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and poke her again and just see what we're able to pull out. Ooh. I wanna- Let's see. You want to go in, generally what they say, the experts say, is to go in on the right-hand side. There's less vital organs on the right-hand side, apparently, or something like that. So her right-hand side, not our right-hand side. So we're going to go ahead, and if you go like an inch down from their vent, that's usually a pretty good idea. So we'll go in like real low, an inch down, and see how we're doing. See if there's a little bit more to pull out from her. And there. I'm sorry, baby.
Okay, she's starting to get a little.
Okay, so when they start getting a little antsy, like she's getting a little antsy, there's no big deal. We'll stop, and then we will try again at another time, or we'll, come back tomorrow and do it. Like you can say, it doesn't really bother her. So that was basically about 60 cc's that we pulled out of her. We're hoping that makes her feel better.
She'll drain in her cage.
And yeah, that hole that's in there, some people will leave like the needle, or if they have a catheter, they can leave that in there. But she'll continue to drain in her cage. And so we'll put a puddle pad down, like a pee pad down, and with some towels on it, let her drain. If we do it at night, we let her drain overnight we don't let her go outside or anything like that. But anyway, that's how we drain it. That's how easy and simple it is. I'll put some on there. I'll put like some silver or some, I have right now is alcohol right close by, or some Neosporin or something sometimes on it, just to make sure. Sometimes I'll give her like a shot of antibiotic or something if I think it's will help her at like an infection. It just kind of depends. But right now we're just gonna let her drain, right? That's it. Thank you.
Thanks.